Alright, what's going on, folk? It's your boy. Look, before we get into this video, I do want to say a couple things, man. The first being, my Adobe Premiere has taken a shit, so that's why you have seen the lack of content on my channel. Now the second being, is you're not using enough smokes, man. You gotta be using the smokes, and I decided to come on here and kind of chop it up with you and show you how useful these things are in game. So, that being said, what better map to use it on than this piece of shit, right? Now, the thing with smokes, and the reason why a lot of people I feel don't use them, is because they're not as advantageous, I guess, as maybe like a stun or maybe like a flash when you're trying to push, right? Now, the narrative that, smokes are not useful is very wrong, because in reality, these things sometimes are a lot more useful than even flashbangs and stuns. So first things first, one thing I do want to clear up here is that when using smokes, you want to use them to your advantage, in the sense that you want to conceal yourself, or you want to block their vision, right? So let's say, for instance, we're coming down this way. If we're coming down this way and we're going to be down here, what I would do is I'd probably just pop a smoke. I'd bank it off maybe like the corner or something, let it pop off, and run straight this way. So at that point, you kind of have a better angle than whoever the hell's holding this angle, because I know you've seen it before, man. Whoever's holding this angle or this angle, they're not going to be able to see you. And at that point, they'd have to be forced to either push this way, or you could be running through the smoke, right? So now at that point, you have tactical advantage, you have concealment. The opportunities are almost endless, right? So that's one way to use these smokes. I'm sorry if I'm kind of like talking a little bit funny. I actually kind of got over a little sick here, a little cold. But yeah, so to conceal yourself, to block passageways, or you could even throw them, let's say for instance, inside tunnels and whatnot. At that point, then there's no longer a line of sight in there. You could start running down, maybe start pushing, start throwing launchers down that way. Whatever the case may be. Same thing with this field upgrade, the smoke field upgrade. This thing is insanely powerful. I'm not seeing enough people use it, but when I do, I'm like, yo, you want a different breed, man, because these things are so good. Like, let's take a look here, right? It drops a whole, almost like a whole strip of nothing but smoke. And look at how far back this thing goes. It's so long. It's such a long strip of smoke. You need to be using this when you're losing, okay? This is such a good field upgrade when you are losing, and when you need to force these guys to start pushing or getting out of whatever positions that they are that is causing them to win the game. What I don't recommend, what I do see a lot of people, is throw smokes on the objective. You should almost at all costs avoid that. You never want to throw smokes on the objective, because let's say for instance you're capping in the smoke. The moment the smoke clears, you don't know where they're going to be. This dude could be here, here, here. It doesn't matter, but he's going to see you before you see him, right? So the point that I'm trying to prove there is never throw smoke on the objective, but maybe throw it behind the objective, wherever you don't want to be looking at while you cap. Let me not cap that. So that way, you won't have to worry about this for a couple seconds, but this way, right? And at that point, once you actually start capping the objective and the smoke clears, well, at that point now you have a better line of sight, however you want to position yourself to get the advantage, right? So for instance, you could even cut the whole, here, let's put it this way, look, you can cut off a whole section with just this smoke that comes dropping, and like, check that out, right? At that point, you just cut off everybody from this section. So if you want to start capping, and let's say for instance you got a team in sync, all you guys could just be aiming down this way. Majority of the time they're not going to push through the smoke. You might have that one few strand of people that just push through the smoke because they're not really tripping about it. But like I said, this whole smoke thing is more so it's a mental thing, where for some reason us, when we see smokes, we do not want to push that, because we know it puts us at a disadvantage, right? So you got to start using the smoke field upgrade. You got to start using your smokes, man. These things are so good. So good. But that about wraps it up for me, folks. Like I said, sorry about the lack of uploads since my computer and the whole Adobe Premiere thing taking a shit on me. Well, it seems like it's probably time for an upgrade. So hopefully in the next coming months or couple of weeks, I might be able to go ahead and get a new processor or something. I don't even know, man. This, like I said, this whole thing was kind of not motivating me no more. But you gotta look, if we're not pushing through the hard times, how can we push through the good, right? Anyways, catch you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys later. Pop the smokes, man. You gotta start popping the smokes, brother. These things are freaking good. You're losing the game? Bring out the smokes. Trust me. Trust me, you'll win that game.